And welcome back to What If Tsunade and Jiraiya Adopted Naruto Part 3. Last time in Naruto What If, we had the bell test. Sasuke and Sakura and Naruto actually all passed the bell test thanks to Naruto's rule lawyering. That's a word that's a little hard to say just off the if you're not used to saying it, lawyering. But anyway, and so they passed the test. Everything's all hunky dory, and Team 7 goes on their missions. Now, one thing someone brought up that probably is very true is that Kakashi would not be as late as he is to, say, training or missions due to the fact that Tsunade's in the village and Tsunade is God, basically. Except for Kakashi, she is the strongest, consistent character in the village. You could argue Danzo. In fact, actually, it's a good. Danzo arguably is stronger than Tsunade just because of the wide array of techniques he has. But the fact is, he is also much older. He probably has considerable chakra reserves given the fact he put some Senju DNA in his body. But I don't know. Let me know who you think would win in a fight between those two. That's a versus I could do at some point. But apart from that, there is no one else stronger than Tsunade in the village. And even so, it's not strength so much as it's angry mother. And Kakashi don't deal with that. To be fair, there's nothing saying that Kakashi was late for missions with Naruto and the gang, or even late to training. We can infer that he probably, at least on training, was late a couple times because of how he was. But regardless, I digress. So really, all that's been happening during this time is they go on their training missions, their D-Ring missions. Naruto probably complains to his mom, to his mom, to Tsunade and Shizune about the fact that, look, I get that we have to do them, but God, they have to be so boring. Tsunade's like, yeah, I remember them. I remember catching Tora, too. Wait, but that's a cat. Shouldn't that cat be dead by now? Oh, no, Tora is an inherited title. Her litters have been going on through generations, which, by the way, is not an impossible theory. I've had a lot of people, I've seen a lot of stories where that is the case with Tora, that Tora is just basically a generational issue for all the ninja ever. It's like rite of passage. But until then, they work on their teamwork. Their teamwork is solid. Sasuke and Naruto's particularly is really good. Like, Kakashi even notes that between the three of them, Naruto and Sasuke actually work very well together. I'm going to lower that a little bit. Work very well together. I will say Sakura is probably improved upon here for her teamwork, as teamwork is basically what they needed to work on in order to pass the bell test, and they did it in the bell test. They did do some teamwork together. Add on the fact that, again, Sakura has no issue with Naruto here, and she'd be a lot more inclined to work with Naruto as well as Sasuke. So their teamwork is probably actually much better here than it is in the original. There's no real strengthening in terms of jutsu or anything like that right now. Sakura does not feel the need to get any stronger in that sense. And that, unfortunately, still falls away to the fact that Sakura still has that fangirl mentality. She's still, despite the fact that she gets along actually very well with Naruto, she's still very much fawning over Sasuke, and it hinders her. We all know as fans, even fans of Sakura will agree with this, that her blinding infatuation, and I think that love, whatever you want to call it, especially in part 1, hindered her quite a bit in terms of her growth. So nothing really else changes here with this scenario, apart from the fact they have better teamwork. That's all we really got there. But then you get to Tazuna showing up, and Tazuna shows up. I am a master bridge builder. I must return to my bridge. And it's Team 7. Now, how does this happen? It happens. Yes, it does happen. I do think Naruto is the one who speaks up, as I take a sip of my tea from my Mr. Meesig mug. Look at me! Plug. Not that they pay me. I would love some of that sweet Rick and Morty cheddar. God, that'd be a lot. But no. It's a shame what happened with, I can't remember the name of the guy who voiced Rick and Morty. But it sucks what happened with that. And I mean, and we're not here to talk about that, obviously, but just my real quick thoughts since I just brought it up. It really sucked what happened with that. It did. Who knew the guy was just acting like Rick? Who knew he was acting like that? Actually, he was kind of acting worse than Rick. Rick, at least on some level, cares about some people. This guy apparently didn't, which really blows, but what are you going to do? Is it Chuck Lorre? Is that the name of the person I'm thinking of? Anyway. I digress. So, Naruto is the one who brings up the fact that, yeah, we've been doing these D-rank missions forever, and I get it. We have to do them. We have to reach our minimum. But I asked Kakashi earlier today about it, and he said we've long since reached our minimum. I want a C rank mission, at least something a bit more complex than gardening or dog walking or catching that damn cat again. Everyone kind of nods at that. Even Kakashi. It's like, yeah, that is getting a little tedious. And Sarutobi does laugh. He chuckles, but he chuckles more like, I was wondering when the breaking point would. So I was wondering when the breaking point would come. Still, they're not wrong. It's time. Yeah, still, and he just speaks up. You're not wrong, Naruto. You and your team have completed more than enough of the mandatory amount of D rank missions to qualify for a C rank. So Iruka, what do we have available? Well, we do have one, sir. And this is when Tazuna comes in. I don't think he makes. I think Tazuna makes the comment about they're just kids, especially instead of the blonde one, because this Naruto probably has a healthier diet. He probably hasn't had that stunted growth thanks to ramen, which I believe is explained why he was basically the shortest kid in his class. His growth was stunted because he was pretty much just eating ramen 24/7. Which, look, I love me some ramen now and then, but I could not eat that 24/7. Oh God, instant or restaurant made. So I think he maybe more takes a jab at Sakura. And I mean, and again, I'm not trying to dig on Sakura. I'm legitimately saying that from appearances, both Sasuke and Naruto, first of all, Naruto's taller in this version, so he looks a little bit more grown up, I guess, for his age. But he's also dressed a lot more professionally. Whereas Sakura, and I don't want to make it sound sexist, but it would probably be a little sexist thing. He'd probably see her just as a little no-nonsense girl. Now, granted, he didn't do that in the original, but again, you've got Naruto, who definitely looks a lot more fitting for the role of a ninja. Sasuke, who definitely at least presents himself a lot more seriously. And then you have Sakura, who we know really wasn't taking things that seriously in the early stages. And again, I try not to turn this into a dig. I'm realizing every time I bring up Sakura, it sounds like I'm really digging into Sakura. I'm not. I'm just trying to explain why something would happen. I've tried to step away from digging into characters and calling out why they were stupid or bad as much, just because it's going to be a broken record every single time if I do that. But anyway, he says, okay, we must get to my bridge. Okay, and Kakashi gives him an hour to prep. Naruto goes home, and he sees that Jiraiya is there, just visiting for a little bit. It's like, hey, Jiraiya! It's like, hey, Brad, hey, kid, how you doing? He's like, great, but I can't stop. I can't stop and chat right now. I gotta get back. Oh, where are you going? And Tsunade's working in the hospital at the time, but Shizune's probably there just taking care of the house. I've got my first C rank mission. It's gonna be out of the village. Really? Oh, what kind of mission is it? I can't tell you. It's super secret. Oh, come on. There's nothing that says you can't tell me. Or wait, no. Jiraiya would be like, you can't pull that crap on me, Naruto. I pulled that on my parents. Actually, do we know? Obviously, you have people who birth you into this world. But did Jiraiya have parents, or was he like an orphan? I don't know. We know Tsunade had parents. We know Orochimaru lost his parents. We know nothing about Jiraiya's parentage. I'm going to go on a limb and say that he was probably a lot closer to Naruto than we give him credit for. That maybe he also probably lived on his own, or maybe he only had like a single parent or something. I don't know. That's again, I don't think there's any information on his parents. Like I mentioned in the last one, we don't have an idea of his surname either, which might be why. Actually, that might be. That is actually I just put that together right now. That might be why he doesn't have a surname. He might have been an orphan. I'll look that up after the video. I'm not going to just waste the time looking up here while we're still doing the video. So anyway, he said, I tried to pull that crap, but it turns out you can tell, as long as you can tell anyone what about your C rank mission. It's the A and S ranks you're not supposed to really talk about. And say, all right, we're going to be escorting a bridge builder to the Land of Waves. It's like, oh, Land of Waves. Interesting. Well, you take care. By the way, Naruto, before you go, just hands Naruto a water balloon. So, how far have you come? To which Naruto does grin, just goes, and then just poof, just pops it. Well, I was like, I told you I'd get it. It's like, and Jiraiya's like, impressive. Yeah. Because he did it basically kind of like as a graduation thing. He's like, let's just see how far he's going to go. It's like, he's only been doing this for a few months now. All right then, Brat. Something for you to practice on your while you're on your mission. The next step. And then he hands him the rubber ball. Huh? So this is the next step. Yeah, you have the base concept down, but now you got to get the power. You got to do the same thing with the rubber ball. He pops the rubber ball. Naruto tries it, and he kind of feels it move a little bit. He's like, oh, this is gonna be a lot harder. Have fun, Naruto, kid. Cool. Thanks, Jiraiya. And here, and just and hold on. Let me hand me a scroll. And just hands him a sealing scroll. Puts an extra couple balls in there in case you manage to get it while you're out. Then you can. I just want I want you to practice it a couple times if you get it. And so anyway, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Tazuna, and Kakashi head out of the bridge. You know, Naruto's like, yeah, woo, this is awesome. I haven't been out of the village in forever. Because this isn't Naruto's like, this is the first time I've been out of the village. No, Naruto's seen a lot of the world, actually. So, not like every village or anything like that, but he and Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Shizune have traveled quite a bit. They've probably had like a standard spot to be living for a while. Maybe they even like have like a big seal that they put their house in and then just transport the house, kind of like a Capsule Corp seal from Capsule Corp capsule from Dragon Ball. Scrolls kind of can function the same way. But no, he's just glad to be out. He hasn't been out of the village since they really got into the village. And they're talking. He explains the Hokage to them. Naruto isn't like he isn't dunking on the Hokage like he did in the original. And so they're walking, and Kakashi obviously notices the puddle. Now, does Naruto... Obviously, Sasuke and Sakura didn't notice the puddle either. But does Naruto notice the puddle? I'm going to say no. Like, maybe he does have, like, a vibe. Something's off. But he's not smart enough to be like, a puddle? And when there's been no rain or anything like that? Huh. Like he can't put it together quite as well as Kakashi is, but he does probably have like that sixth sense of danger, like going. Maybe that comes from a little bit of the fox in him, which even though he can't access the fox's true power or even really any of it right now, he's still and he can still kind of pick up like vibes a little bit, like something's off. And then obviously the Demon Brothers emerge. They come and attack. Now, in the original, Naruto froze. This is the first time he'd ever been attacked and someone ready to kill him. Here, Naruto has dealt with Jiraiya and Tsunade and Shizune. I could even see a scenario where maybe they were attacked one day by maybe some rogue ninjas or bandits or something like that, and it scared Naruto. But at the same time, I brought that scenario up where Naruto maybe wandered off one day as like a little 3 or 4-year-old, maybe 5-year-old before they entered the village. Tsunade had not gotten over fear of blood. Like a bear was attacking Naruto, and the bear like swiped. I'm restating the event, but it's really important. It's and it cut Tsunade, and Tsunade's like, "You're not gonna," and then she froze up with the blood. It's like, and she couldn't move because of her phobia. And then the bear hit her again, and just as she's on the ground, she's like, and Shizune hears it. She's trying to come. Naruto's like, "No, you don't hurt my mom!" And that's when Tsunade basically snapped out of it. Her little boy is like, that mind's like, I am the Slug Prince. I am Tsunade of the Sani, and I can't even protect my child. And then she sees the courage that that little Naruto has. It's like, whoop! So Naruto has actually faced death before, even as a little kid. So when the Demon Brothers kind of show up behind him, he basically just immediately makes a hand sign. Actually, I can see him. This could be like a new trick he does, where it's not in just one Gale Palm, but double Gale Palm. It's like they laugh, but it's like, you really shouldn't be directly behind someone. So it's like, what? Get double Gale Palm, boom, and they just get like gut checked. Sasuke, and then Naruto and Sasuke just comes right. Kind of like bounded, like does I guess the fastball special or the volleyball special you get for like Dragon Ball with Frieza and Goku. Just, then Sasuke puts the shuriken in that chain, and he just boom kicks them straight. Naruto then sends a couple clones to help back up Sakura as him and Sasuke really get down to it. He pulls out a kunai. Sasuke pulls out a kunai. Then they basically have to snap the chains off. They go rushing to Naruto. They go rushing to the Naruto clones and Sakura. Sasuke, I think, is the faster of the two, by the way, between him and Naruto. I think Naruto is the physically more powerful, has more endurance, and has more chakra. But Sasuke definitely has the reflexes and the agility and the speed advantage. Naruto is also he edges Sasuke out in terms of fighting because he's actually been able to train with other people. Sasuke, that was very close. And if he gets his Sharingan, I would put Sasuke over the edge of Naruto when it comes to hand-to-hand. But anyway, Sasuke gets there. Naruto is able to kind of hold them in place a little bit with some ninja wire, but they cut it with their claws before Kakashi ultimately comes in and just boom, checks them. Gut checks them. I always use the term gut check, but I like the term gut check, just like that. I know he did that to one of them anyway. The other one he just had over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes. And so they learned that Gato had hired ninja to kill them, and that Zabuza. Well, they don't know about Zabuza, but they'll learn about Zabuza soon enough. You're gonna find out today. And so everyone, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, good work. And so they head off. Naruto also doesn't get the injury he does in the original. I think he's able to avoid the claws, but that doesn't mean that he's out of the woods or anything like that. I don't know what I was saying with that sentence right there. Naruto's fine. That's what I was trying to get at. Obviously, you get the journey through the mist. Naruto doesn't have to yell his head off. Naruto also, I think, is a lot better of a censor here. He's not truly a censor, but we know. Again, I think it's overlooked sometimes that Naruto actually correctly pinpointed where Zabuza was. Kakashi noted that the rabbit that was there from Naruto's attack was used for a substitution, which means, that means that was either Haku or Zabuza. We don't know for certain which one that was, because we know they were both there. Either way, that means Naruto was able to correctly pinpoint where they were. And I think Naruto is not as hyperactive or knucklehead about it in this version. I think he's just like, and I think it's Sakura. Naruto, what's wrong? Naruto? It's like, there's someone I don't like. I got a bad feeling. I feel like someone's following us. It's like, really? Are you sure about that? I don't, because Kakashi probably had that vibe, but he couldn't sense anything. And because he's trained with Tsunade, who's got great chakra control, Jiraya, who, is Jiraya a censor? I mean, I don't think he is, or does, let me put it this way. There's sensory ninjas, and then there are ninjas who can sense chakra. There is a difference where that's, like, Karin is a sensor ninja. It's her specialty to sense chakra. She also has other abilities, too. But then there are ninja just like, I want to say, just high-level ninja who can sense chakra, but that's not necessarily their specialty in what they're capable of doing. I think Naruto falls a bit more into that category, where thanks to a lot of training, and again, a little bit of Kurama chakra in him, maybe a little bit of his Uzumaki heritage, who knows, he can kind of get a vibe of chakra and, like, just emotions to some degree. And so he just, Naruto kind of just throws a kunai out. And, he looks and he sees the rabbit. He's like, oh, and Naruto still, I think, he's like, oh, it's a rabbit. Oh, I'm so sorry, little bunny. I'm so sorry. Naruto, God, Naruto, you listen. I know, but I swear I said something. And then Kakashi, that's a snow rabbit. And obviously Zabuza comes in, attacks. And I can see the shouting got in action. This is an honor. We had a standing order in our bingo book to kill you on sight, ninja. So Kakashi is, ready to fight. They get into Manji formation. Now, the majority of this fight would go the same, I think. I think the only key differences you get is Zabuza comes in, boom, knocks the headband right off of Naruto. And, Naruto isn't, again, because he's trained with Tsunade and Jiraiya, he's also probably experienced at least some level of killing intent before. So he's not intimidated by Zabuza because he started out and then he just said, screw it, I'm not intimidated anymore. Naruto basically sends some clones out. He's able to get his headband back. And him and Sasuke both, try to take down the Zabuza clone. Now, if they really, really wanted to, they could with just like a combination fire and water jutsu, fire and wind jutsu. And honestly, at that point, that could be the scenario that works here. Instead of just attacking the clone, basically, or attacking Zabuza with the shuriken and then using the kunai to take out the clone. Here, they basically use a combination of fire style and great breakthrough to incinerate the clone. Well, incinerate, it's a water clone. Evaporate, we'll call it. The clone. And then it's through the fire that he sees the shuriken coming. Grabs the shuriken, then sees the other one. Turns out to be Naruto, and that's all she wrote on that. Nothing really changes there either. What does change is that Naruto does know some medical ninjutsu. And when Kakashi faints, he's actually able to at least do a little bit to kind of help revive him just a little bit. There's not much you can do for chakra exhaustion, unfortunately. But like in terms of cuts, maybe just a little bit of his stamina can restore. So maybe Kakashi could recover a little bit quicker. But it ultimately is a moot point. They get to Tazana's place. And I think I'm going to probably end at the 30-minute mark again here. Because I have enough written down that I can get to it. They get to Tazana's place, they meet everyone, and Kakashi, how are we going to defeat them? I might not be able to, I may not be able to fight, but I can still teach you or train you. And so, Kakashi shows them the chakra walking technique. However, it is Naruto who points out, Kakashi-sensei, I can actually do this already. Really? In fact, and then, he shows up. Actually, I can do the water walking technique, too. I was like, really? Well, that is impressive. All right. Well, very well, then. Seeing as Tazana does need someone to look after, to keep him protected while he still builds the bridge, Naruto, you'll be assigned to protect him while Sakura and Sasuke can train. And while Sasuke and Naruto are definitely friends here, that doesn't mean he can't get jelly. He's like, he's already that far ahead of me? Damn it. And so this is still motivation for Sasuke. He can still use it. Sakura is also, doing it as well. Unlike in the original, Sakura is not, I think, asked to go help Tazana. I think Kakashi basically tells her, keep doing it, because while your chakra control is clearly is great, Sakura, your amount is very low. Continuing to do this over and over again, pushing your reserves to the limit, will actually help increase your reserves even more. And you'll be able to keep that control while you do it. Sakura, we know, didn't have a lot of chakra. It wasn't like she had like the smallest amount possible, but at least comparatively, she had a small amount of chakra. Sasuke had a pretty solid amount of chakra. It's all we know about Naruto. Everyone else, in terms of the Rookie 9, the amount of chakra they actually have, it's never really disclosed. We know that Neji probably had a solid amount. We know that Choji actually had a very large amount. Shikamaru did not have a huge amount. Kiba and Shino were Kiba, I think, had like an average, and Shino was also, I think, had a decent amount because his Hive had to beast on his chakra to keep going. Hinata, at least initially, didn't seem to have a large amount, but we only ever saw her fight legitimately once, taking the anime out of the equation. The fillers. But yeah, and then Rock Lee, Rock Lee is very, I don't know about Rock Lee because he can't really use chakra. And then Tenten, I think we could tell Tenten didn't have a lot either. But Tamari, Kankuro, and especially Gaara, they actually had all solid amounts of chakra. Anywho, so Naruto is busy helping protect the village. Naruto sees the state this village is in, and he's seen some hardship through his travels with his adopted parents, but this is bad. This is bad, and he, like Sakura, Naruto's like, we got to help these people. And he also offers his clones to help build the bridge even faster. And so Sasuke ultimately is able to get to the top. And once Sasuke is able to do it, Sakura also joins in. Basically said, you'll be joining Naruto on guard duty. And Naruto, when he's got the free time, has been practicing the rubber ball. Unfortunately, that's taking a lot more effort, and he just doesn't have the time to blow it up on the wave mission right now. ultimately, though, it is Inari who does crack and basically just says, "Why did you show up? Watching you laugh it makes me sick. You don't know what it means to suffer or anything like that." And Naruto doesn't quite lash out in the same way here. I think Naruto does feel bad for him, absolutely. And Naruto has been lucky in this version to actually have a good life. However, he knows he's adopted. He knows his real parents are dead. His birth parents are dead. He's never going to get to know those people. He knows he's the container of the Nine-Tailed Fox. And while it's not a lot of people in the village, he has noticed the glares and hateful looks some people give him. So while Naruto isn't gonna be like, look at you, some whining, complaining, some sorry victim, you're nothing but a coward. No, he doesn't do that. But what I think he does, like, it's hard, isn't it, to lose things, to struggle, to see people you know and care about in pain. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. But not everything in the world is about you. Yeah, you have your mom, you have your grandfather, you have a roof over your head. And yet you are here, and you're whining and complaining while other people are living on the street in your village. And you think you necessarily, and your dad died. I'm sorry. At least you knew the man. I didn't get that. I didn't get any of that, and I have to deal with that. I love my was it Oba or Oni-san or whatever. Basically, I love my aunt Tsunade. I love my godfather Jiraya. I love my aunt Tsunade, but I'm never going to get to know my real parents. And that's not even that's not even the worst. That's not even the worst of what I have to deal with. So you know what? Save that whining and complaining for someone who actually will actually give a damn. Okay. So again, he's not calling him a coward, but he's basically saying, like, look, all things considered, in this village, while what you went through sucks, comparatively, you got it good. So you can either continue to whine and complain, and that might be where he leads off before he goes into the forest and just kind of has a moment during the rest of the night to himself to like practice. And that's where it is. That's where he passes out. He's practicing the rubber ball. And maybe at one point, like, the ball does burst, but it doesn't explode. Basically, you know what? You can either continue whining and complaining and feeling sorry for yourself, or you can actually man up and do something about it. And then he walks out. And so Kakashi kind of has a similar talk in the original with Inari here, but it is different. I think it is different. Whereas, Naruto was very lucky, but Naruto lost his parents as he said, Naruto lost his parents when he was just born. He never got to know him. He was very lucky to find people who actually who would take him in and love him as their own. Beyond that, though, Naruto carries a heavy burden. It's not something I can discuss, but it's something that he will carry pretty much for the rest of his life, and people will hate him for it. But you know what? I've never seen him complain or feel sorry for himself or anything like that. He generally just wants to be the best he can and do the best he can for others. And so now that we're at I actually still have more here I have the whole confrontation here. You know what? I'm making the executive decision right now. We're just going to finish out with the Zabuza arc right now. So Naruto overdid it, I think, here with the again, he's been training with his with the rubber ball. And I think that's why he's kind of passed out at the moment. And so that's why they said, well, Naruto unfortunately overdid it a little bit. So we'll just have to wait for him at the bridge. And so that's when the samurais come out. He beats them. By the way, the Haku fight the Haku scene with him and Haku goes pretty much verbatim. Minus the fact that it's like, I want to be the Hokage, the leader of my village. That way I can protect all those I care about and live up to the legacy of those before me. It's not the same excuse. It's to be someone that everyone respects. It's not that one. It's not that reason that he gives. He has the legit reason to be Hokage reason here. And so Naruto ultimately does show up basically as the fight is going down with Sasuke and Haku. Naruto comes in, comes in, hits Haku in the face. I do still think he does the whole Naruto Uzumaki is here. And I'm like, for someone as smart as he is, and who's near the top of his class, he can be an idiot sometimes. Naruto, you're him. Zabuza, let me fight this boy my own way. And they're about to square off. Sasuke throws the kunai. I haven't forgotten about you, not for an instant. Sorry, Naruto, but we'll have to. Our fight will happen eventually. But ultimately, Naruto, he goes back into the mirror. He's like, Sasuke, darn it! And he just attacks Sasuke. And Naruto goes in to basically rescue him. He's like, Naruto, what are you doing? If I'm out here, then you idiot! It's like, that was very foolish of you, Naruto. Was it? Yeah, you're paying so much attention to what's in here. I don't think you were paying attention to what's out there. It's like, It's like, what are you? And then Haku actually senses a lot of things. Like, all of his mirrors, he's sensing something off. And he quickly realized that Naruto used a lot of clones, because the mist's so thick, most of them can't see what's going on over there, like Zabuza and Kakashi. He put explosive notes on every single mirror. Now, while you can't necessarily melt these mirrors with conventional fire, an explosion is a much different thing. And Naruto even said, Naruto even grins like, I should know, I put a little bit extra chakra in this, so this is going to be loud. Ha! And then Naruto actually covers Sasuke, just boom! And all the mirrors just explode. Haku is actually thrown out of the mirrors. How could I? I was distracted. And then all of a sudden, more Naruto clones coming out saying, wind style, great breakthrough! And Haku's like, water style, water wall! And then ice style, ice wall! And it just fires like shards of because we know he can use the liquid needle, or I can't remember, water needle technique. So he could probably do an ice variant of that and just turns the ice wall into ice needles. However, quickly the Phoenix Flower Jutsu comes in and melts at least some of them, or at least throws them off. And then more kunai come up, and then Naruto, Sasuke, and Haku are now in a fisticuff fight. Haku is faster than both of them. That's an unfortunate truth. But they 2-on-1 with two competent fighters, and the fact that Sasuke being pushed this far, he is near being able to activate his Sharingan. Naruto and Sasuke duke it out for a while with Haku, but Haku is able to blast them back. He creates a water clone. They're moving fast, and now because they're moving fast and kind of trying to blitz, Haku also isn't going to just activate the Crystal Ice Mirror again, because that takes effort, and he's just in time, and he's just not going to. When I say time, it did take him a little bit to form those mirrors, and Sasuke was just like wondering what the hell was going to happen. Plus, he knows they're not going to let him do that, so save his chakra for other techniques. But now Sasuke's able to follow his eyes, and eventually Naruto says, "Sasuke, with your eyes," and he says, and he realizes, so I did it. I activated my Sharingan. I won't be able to keep up much longer. He throws Senbon at him, and Naruto just has to block with uses a clone, blocks it. Yeah, and Haku's getting tired. Everyone's getting tired here, and just you won't be able to keep up much longer. We're all getting tired, but I've still got enough stamina to spare. And then he freezes. What is this? A new one. To which Naruto's took long enough, and again the mist clears just enough they can see 4 Narutos there. Only this time it's less of a barrier and more. And it's basically like a big paralysis seal. The trick wasn't even getting the clones in the right position. The trick was getting you in the right spot. And he just looks at it, a seal, a paralysis seal. Sorry, Haku, but there's no way. But there's nothing we can do here. But there's nothing you're going to be able to. I can't let you move around anymore. And so Haku he doesn't know it's Haku, but Haku basically says, "Then just do it and finish me." It's like, what? It's like, you're defenseless. I'm not going to finish you. Sasuke honestly like, well, and Sasuke has a kunai out. But he's like, I'm not on our. You're contained. We're not under any obligation to kill you anymore. Oh, son of a bitch. Well, anyway, will they kill him? We'll find out later.